and my dear students. It's my immense privilege to join you all today for the second convocation ceremony of AIIMS Mangalgiri. And at the outset, I would like to extend my heartiest greetings to all the graduating students who've received their degrees today, and my special appreciation goes to the gold medal winners for their outstanding achievements. I also express my profound gratitude to all the distinguished faculty members and the proud parents who are present here today, and every single person who's associated with All India Institute of Medical Sciences Mangalgiri, and every supporter and well-wisher in the lives of our students who graduated today, because each one of these has offered their unwavering support, encouragement, and above all, their good wishes, which have made you all achieve this remarkable milestone. So congratulations once again to all my dear students. I know it's a very momentous day for all of you. Convocation ceremonies are pivotal moments in our life. And everybody has told you that it's the end of your long academic journey. Of course, it's the end of your academic program, but it's not the end of learning. Because medicine is a field that is constantly evolving. And we have new advances, we have new discoveries every other day. In your profession, it's very important to continue learning and evolving. However, this is definitely a moment when you're about to enter your professional life, this noble profession which touches human lives. And when you enter this professional field, remember that you're not just carrying with yourself your own dreams, your own ambitions, but so much more. You carry with yourself the hopes and aspirations of millions of people in this country. When you become doctors, when you become clinicians, you enter into a social contract where you're treated very highly by every single person you meet, and your patients treat you godlike. Why? Because you offer that hope to a person in the most vulnerable moments of his life. But what do they expect in return? They want you to offer empathy and compassion from your heart. Patients don't just need your knowledge and your clinical expertise. They need that human touch, and which the other speakers have also spoken about. So this is a huge responsibility that you carry on your shoulders, and we all feel that you can do justice to it if you continue to learn, if you continue to evolve, and you always remember that there is so much that the society has contributed as a whole in making you what you are today, and it is now your duty to pay back. And that's the spirit with which you must continue going in your lives. It doesn't matter where you serve, in a rural area, in an urban setting, nationally, internationally, but wherever you are, your patient is your priority. And you must always do the best for your patient. That's what we expect from each one of you who's entering this noble profession. My dear students, while you enter this profession and you start practicing, you must also keep abreast of how healthcare systems in India have been transforming over the past few years. It's important for you to know that the healthcare story in India is being redefined. And why do I say this? Is because universal health coverage has today become a priority. It's not a new concept, it's not a new idea. We have been talking about universal health coverage for long. But I'm very proud to say that under the able leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, we have started taking steps to make universal health coverage a reality. And when I say universal health coverage, it implies a shift from health being a privilege to health becoming a right. So every citizen of India, and we have a huge population, we have our own unique challenges. Our population is not just vast in numbers, but there is a huge diversity. Despite all that, we have taken upon ourselves this task of ensuring accessible, affordable, and quality healthcare for each and every citizen of India. And to make this a reality, government has taken several steps, starting from increasing the government's spending on healthcare. And 2014 onwards, the government's spending on health has been going up. We just had the recent budget, and there has been a 9% increase in the budget allocation for healthcare. The new national health policy that we came up with in the year 2017, it prescribes that we must take our government healthcare spending to around 2.5% of the GDP. And I'm very happy to say that the government spending on healthcare is constantly going up, and as a result of it, the out-of-pocket expenses are coming down. So citizens have to spend less and less, and governments are spending more and more. We are trying our best by rolling out different schemes and programs to ensure that our citizens get relief insofar as the out-of-pocket expenses are concerned. So when you hear of schemes like Pradhan Mantri Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana, schemes like Amrit Pharmacies, you may have these within the AIIMS campus. When you hear of programs like Pradhan Mantri National Dialysis Scheme, these are some of the